Hello and welcome to video 6. So in this video I won't actually be talking about the Email Blast sales per dollar calculator. I'm going to be talking about the other tools we have available. Some of them I hinted at during that training. So the first one, I think the advanced read-through calculator is a good one to look at. This is the default version. This isn't this is a standard version. It isn't the Pro version. The Pro version has some extra features, but this is a good example. So if we were to find a good example of some data, here we go. It would have been good if I found this before I started the video. And you can see here all that we have entered is a few bits of information on what the series name is, KU per page read payout, although we don't need that for this one as there's no KU entered, but I will add some. Number of pages in the KU book, which you only need if you have KU pages read, and then how many sales of each format, so how many ebook sales, how many paperbook sales, and down here we enter what we get for each sale of the book. So this is the royalties we earn, not what the sale price is, but what we actually get back out of it. And you can see I've used some very simple numbers here. And then we start seeing the calculations. So one of the most useful is the sell-through. So this is the sell-through from the previous book. So from book 1 to book 2, for ebook we have a sell-through of 80%, really good. Paperback 90%, amazing. Book 2 to book 3, 94% in ebook, and oh dear, 44% in paperback. So something is going wrong, definitely going wrong with book 2. And it may be something as simple as you haven't updated your back matter. So people finishing book 2 of the paperback might say, oh, I'd love to read book 3 in that series, but there isn't one out. Well, and therefore you're losing a large chunk. And that's such a simple thing to fix, and you might take your read through from 40, maybe double it from 44% to 88 or higher. You also then see your read through from book 1 to book 2, book 1 to book 3, and so on. And that lets us work out, okay, you've sold one copy of book 1, but how much is that actually worth in terms of sales of book 2 and book 3, which we mentioned before. And then we put all that together, do the calculations, and that will tell us how much is each sale of book 1 actually worth to us. So every time you sell a copy of book 1 or give away a free copy, in this case with these totally made up numbers, we would expect to earn $4 for every sale of book 1, which is really important because you might only be earning 33 cents for book 1. You might not be earning anything, or you might at the other end of the scale think, I've got really good deep series behind it, so I'm going to earn $10 a sale, and actually you're only earning $4, and that really affects how much you can afford to spend on advertising and still make a profit. And this is exactly the number that we were talking about earlier in the training for the Email Blast Success Calculator, that you need this number to enter into that sheet. And then the Pro version has some extra features as well, as all the Pro versions do. We also have the baseline tool. Now this is a very simple tool. All you're entering here is what you're comparing. So I'm saying add 1, add 2, and having stopped all ads. And you enter, up here you say what your baseline period is. So in this case we're saying it's 30 days from the 1st of April to the 30th of April. And this one it's 60 days for the analysis period. So this is your baseline period before you ran your ad, and this is the period during which you ran your ad. And you can see it's over a different number of days. So originally you had 100 downloads, and then you had 150, and you earned $100, and you earned 150. So it looks like you're up 50%. But actually your ad has managed to reduce the number of sales you have, because that 100 is over 30 days. You'd expect to get 200 over 60 days, but you only got 150. By contrast, add 2 seems to have worked really well. You had 1,000 and it's gone up to 4,000, and that actually works out as 2,000 more than you would have expected. So you've doubled the amount coming in. However, if we were to look at the actual value, it was 3,000 for 30 days, and then it was 4,000 for 60. So although you've sold more books, you've actually again made a loss. So it's really useful information. And of course there is the situation in which you would have made a profit. That's just the sheet I've happened to have settled on here as one showing a loss. And then the final one is the Promotion Success Analyzer. This is the Pro version of this. So basically what we're entering here is just a start date, how many baseline sales you are, and then how many sales you have on each date after that. And you can see here we can also enter Kindle book reads. So if we say there were 200 pages in the Kindle book and you had 20,000 downloads, well, that's the equivalent of someone reading the full book 100 times. So now you can turn your Kindle reads into a number that can be directly compared to actual sales of books, and all those can be added up to give you your total sales for each day and your extra sales for each day. And from that, you can do the same for royalties. So you enter your royalties, your baseline. A lot of these fields are copied from the previous sheet so that they stay in sync. And if we look at the summary here, you get a very visual indication of what did you spend and what did you get back in. So if your royalties are greater than your spend, you've made money. If they're less, you've lost, and that's summarized here. And then on this Pro version, we also have some breakdowns of more detailed breakdowns by the venues, and you can see here we have breakdown charts as well for the venues. That's for sales, and we have the same for royalties. So that's the Pro version, but the basic version gets you all of this. Again, it will have a limited number of rows, just a month's worth of data, where the Pro one has a year. But the base one, the normal basic one, is still very useful. So those are the tools we have right now, but there are definitely more coming. And as I say, if you buy the all-in package, you will get every Pro version we add in the future, no matter how far in the future. So it is really worth getting a hold of that now. If you want all the sheets that are available now, you'll get them at a reasonable price for how many there are now, but you'll be locking in value for the future. And that's not something that's going to be available at the current price for too much longer. So it's definitely worth grabbing it right now. And that's it. I hope you find the sheets really useful. If you have any sort of issues, please reach out to us. If you go to the AuthorTech site, I'm going to be lazy and not type it in. And of course it opens on a different screen. So if you come over to AuthorTech, this will be updated very soon, but we do have the contact us form, so you can get in touch, let us know what's going on. I'm going to aim to also add an email contact details to each of the sheets in the instructions. That is it. I really hope you enjoy using these, and if you do, I'd love to hear. And if you've got ideas for other sheets that you think, or other tools that would really work, really help, and you know roughly what you want, but you have no idea how to implement it, let us know, and it might be the next sheet we work on. Thank you very much.